Hello, today I would like to present you something that I deeply believe is one of the best cigarette lighter socket for external mount. It can be used on 12 and 24 volt DC systems. But before we take a look at this, I would like to show you other common models. I ordered them, in my personal opinion, in the quality, and we are going to compare them across that one. First, we have take a look at very important disclaimer. On the back, I've got 24 volt coffee machine. Here, I've got portable 24 volt grill, like a baking oven. If you are planning to be using your cigarette lighter adapter just for recharging phone, then you might skip this video. But if you are planning to be using high power, high current application like I showed you before, then this is starting making a lot of sense. So it is important that I do not bashing them. If you need to pull like 10 watts, then they will absolutely work just fine. If you are going to be using wrong cigarette lighter socket for high current application, then you are creating a real fire risk hazard. And that's because they've got a very high resistance and they will be getting hot and you can start a fire. So this is, in my personal opinion, the absolutely worst cigarette lighter sockets you can find. If you take a look at the center element, we've got that tiny piece of metal that is going to be carrying whole current. And if we open this is how flimsy it is. Just take a look. This is not going to be carrying safely a 15 amp. Here we've got a panel mount device that, in my personal opinion, offer higher quality. You can take a look that those contacts, the positive and negative, are much beefier. We've got a splash-proof protector, and the positive tip is made out of thicker metal. So just take a look, that small dot, and that one, it is bigger, but absolutely it will not be good for high current application. Just take a look at the negative terminal. I would not risk using a 300 watt out of it. Absolutely do not buy for high current application. Those are the absolutely best for wire mount. You have to be extremely careful because they are being made with a different thickness of wire. And if you've got a good seller, they are going to allow you to choose what kind of size of wire do you want. And I believe the biggest one is 2.5 millimeters square, which is absolutely fine for like a 15-16 amp. The positive center pin is absolutely beautiful. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is a small dent inside that is great for accommodating the positive tip. So it is, in my personal opinion, one of the best cigarette lighter adapters for a wire that you can purchase. I absolutely love them and I use them on each applications. Here we've got another that is labeled as marine grade, and as you can see, those terminals are really beefy. We've got a splash-proof cap, and as before, we've got a pretty decent positive and negative terminal. So it is absolutely a step up, and they are working great for that 15 amp. It is absolutely a winner. And here we've got the one that I deeply believe is the absolutely the best one I ever got, and it's being called a cigarette socket. So we've got a pretty generic name by some Taiwan company. This is how it presents. I purchased it at shop that is specialized with marine applications, and the first thing that is standing off is that it is white, and that's because most of boats have got a white deck, so it was designed to match that kind of look. You can purchase a lot of similar looking that are black, that've got 2 ports, and you are going to get this quality, this absolutely cheap, wrong quality. So be aware, ask seller for picture inside, and I'm going to show you why. First, all of those are being called cigarette lighter sockets, but you should never plug a actual cigarette lighter inside, and it's not going to be working because you are going to melt it. That's because everything is held by plastic, so they are not designed to be using a real lighter. And that one, I deeply believe, could be used with a lighter, and let me show you why. I open it, and what you can see that we've got all metal, we've got a ceramic insulator inside, and we've got our positive. Just take a look, here is positive terminal and the ceramic back. It's not stated anywhere, but from the look, I deeply believe that this will work with a real cigarette lighter that is just glowing red hot. If you are not going to fit it properly and it will start heating up, since it's ceramic, it will not melt and not cause a fire hazard. It is designed to be mounted on wall. On back we've got a seal that will make it weatherproof, so if you screw it here, it will be touching like this and it will be weatherproof. And this is how looks the back. Everything is made out of metal. Take a look how beefy the positive pole is. It's insulated by, I'm not sure if it is a mica plate or some sort of other glass material. Just take a look at this. This is a proper socket, so just make a visual compare this to that, or even that. Which one would you choose to be powering your kettle or coffee maker? Because I would definitely go with this. So ask the seller to take a picture, and if you've got a ceramic insert, then this is designed for carrying a high power. If it looks like this, then absolutely do not buy. With this set, you also got those 3 screws that are designed to attach it to some place. Just for fun, let's try to run my coffee machine. Here we've got my power supply. We are going to power it on. Let it boot up. Let me plug our cigarette lighter. We are set to 27 volt. I've got a current limit to 20 amp. And I'm going to turn on the coffee machine. And we are currently pulling 14 amp. If you are going to be asking yourself why only 14 amp, that's because I'm using a lot of wire, because it will be mounted. And I'm not sure if you can hear that, but the coffee machine is already boiling water, and you should be able to see that the water is dripping just after that couple moment. If I would have a coffee inside, then we would be brewing it. Just take a look. Sadly, I do not have thermal imaging camera, but I can grab my finger while this device is working and I can touch around, and it is cold. It is cold to touch. Here I can feel it is a slightly warm on the center, but it is absolutely nothing. We are brewing our coffee. We are pulling over 200 watts. and it is just great. So in my personal opinion, if you are looking for a quality cigarette lighter socket that can work with a high current applications, then this is the one to go. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you find it interesting. See you next time, and bye bye.